Welcome to the world of Hearts of Iron 4 Black Ice, one of the hardest Void 4 mods ever created. Today, we're playing one of the most difficult nations in this mod, a country where hours of preparation can lead to a collapse in 6 months, where every mistake can lead to total disaster and destruction. Welcome to the Soviet Union, comrade. Home of the revolution, single-minded industry, pre-industrial farming communities, low-grade bauxite, decrepit naval infrastructure, airship programs, Black Sea Fleet, diesel locomotives, second 5-year plan, winter heating, and tractor production. So there is a lot here, and there is a lot to do, so I'm not really sure where to start, to be fair. So I will just be narrating over this video today. This is Darthy of the future. Hello, dear viewer. I've learned a lot since this campaign. It has permanently etched a mark on my psyche. To be fair with you, I wasn't really sure what I picked first, but the second 5-year plan was already completed before we even got here, so thanks, Stalin, I guess. I mean, I'm going to do this because 150 political power would be kind of nice at the start of the game. So we're going to use light tanks, light artillery mainly, transport trucks. So by this point, I also didn't know what templates I were going to use. I just knew what around I would use, but I didn't know the exact composition of the template, for instance. Mountain artillery, we don't need, we're not doing that. Parachute equipment, we don't need that where we're going. Artillery prime movers, I'm not sure if I do need any of these, I'm just going to take this off anyway. Basic mountaineer equipment, we don't need. Light tank, light anti-tank, we do need. So yeah, most of the start of the game is just clearly trying to sort out what equipment you do need, what equipment you don't need, and eliminating the equipment you don't need, because that is a waste of IC and product. Those who clicked on this video might be aware of a few features in Black Ice, which is different from vanilla. So you have bauxite, you have iron ore, you have a couple of other different materials which you don't normally find in vanilla. And to get steel, you do need a lot of steel refineries. So they have their own like separate factory. Factory? What does that make sense? Kind of a factory. It's like an oil rig, but instead it's for steel, I guess. There's also aluminium factories too, but we'll get in that later. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just clicking this button and it is going to give me steel. I am needing power and I'm needing also coal to get steel. There's also a hell of a lot more technology. So we got the Great War Doctrines. To actually get World War II Doctrines, you have to go through all the Great War Doctrines. Now luckily for the Soviets, instead of the Chinese, we already have a lot of them, but there's a few we still need to get. There's also a lot of industry techs too, so we've got a lot of stuff to research in that. A lot of factory output we can potentially get. This, we get construction polymers. And there's also a lot of weird outlier technologies which can give you some pretty nice bonuses too, so we made sure to scout those out and pick them up. And we're going to get the captain of industry. I know he's going to die later through our purges, but we need him for now. Turns out there's actually a way to save him, though rather unconventional. You have to somehow fulfill all the 5-year plan objectives, which obviously, if you knew anything about the Soviet Union, they were all basically impossible to achieve. I only have 700 days to do it as well. And if you thought things couldn't get any worse, well, the Empire of Japan decided to show up and just kept threatening our borders constantly. So that was fun. I wasn't ready, my guys are still moving over there. I mean, we may as well go to reserve army because it's not like anything's going to happen for like the next, what, 4 years. I'm also going to go to major restrictions because I want more political power. In this playthrough, our job is just to drown ourselves with political power, as well as maintaining a high amount of stability to get more political power and war support. Because the more war support, the more stability you have, the more political power you get. The more political power you get, the more you can improve your army. And the more political power you also get, the more you can improve your industry. You can go trade laws, all the other good stuff. We can also do border wars, so we can gain 15 political power and 5 army XP for win, and some land doctrine research speed. It's really not that worth it. It's really just not worth it doing this as a Soviet. You need all the political power you can get. I might go for the Stalingrad tractor factory, honestly. So let me introduce you to tractors. We have a debuff. We can offset the debuffs by making tractors. We can convert a civilian factory to a tractor factory. Eventually, in 1941 or 2 or whatever, we can turn the tractor factories into military factories. And you can get an absurd amount. So the more you invest in tractor factories, the more military factories you can get through one focus later. Really much to say about it. We just give tractors to peasants and they do stuff with them. Death of Maxim Gorky. Okay, the straits around the Barbaros and Dardanelles have been demilitarized by the Lausanne Treaty. Yep, this important region may fall into the wrong hands in its current state. It's better to let the Turks have full sovereignty there. Okay. So there isn't really a great Purge focus. I mean, there is kind of what I showed you at the start of the game, but that kind of unlocks on itself later. You don't actually start the Great Purge. The Great Purge starts itself. Technical assistance from the USA. I guess we could do that, or I could prevent the government collapsing at any cost. Russian Air Force arrives in Prague. Okay. It's part of the Czechoslovakian and Russian Treaty of Mutual Assistance. There's a lot of events I like in this mod. Just little historical things. We're going to pick these decisions here, which can give us army experience daily. Yep. if you watch the Chinese video, which I covered, the Black Eyes China video, we also had these decisions there, so you probably know what this is already. If you haven't watched it, make sure to go watch it. I can link it. We also had to make sure to get enough of the second 5-year plan focuses as possible, because once it's over, we can't actually take the focuses again, unlike the next 5-year plan. So these are just 3 civs, 3 mills, 3 potential dockyards or whatever else, just waiting there, or they'll expire. So it's wreckers found at factories. Yep, we started getting a lot of saboteurs. Turns out not everyone likes Stalin, and Stalin didn't like that. I want to get positive heroism because I want in the research down here on the progress cult and of socialist science. Yeah, I'm not going to complete this 5-year plan. It's literally impossible. The goals are too ambitious. Okay, Mao's gone in on Shimidi Shame. Yeah, I'm going to go for this. Biochemia. Gives a research slot for raw materials. Like biochemistry or something, but it's in Russian. And the first targets of the Purge was the Air Force. Purge of the industry. With the Purge of the industry, that effectively gave Stalin the power to micromanage, well, the entire industry of the Soviet Union. And this would give us a unique economy law, which is a bit interesting. Purge the arts, use a broad brush, or focus on anti-communists. I guess I'll just focus on anti-communists. So the reason why I picked that was because it gives us way more political power, gives us an extra 5% daily, which we need. Well, if you thought one Purge of the Air Force wasn't enough, well, we got another one. And also, we're trialing Tukhachevsky in secret. He's going to go bye-bye. Bye-bye, Tukhachevsky, one of my best generals. You'll be loved and remembered. We have food shortages. They've not met quotas. How should we remedy it? Collectivize farms or extract it from the bread ball? Yeah, I needed my cause on Ukraine. If I picked extract from bread ball, we'd gain resistance. I couldn't do with that. We need access to all the factories we can to actually build up for Barbarossa, so I just chose to collectivize all my farms. Pact with China. It would suit our interests if they hold out. Yeah, we'll do that. Consumer electronics can help a lot, but we need to go for mass media for the extra political power as well. Spies found in the greatest Soviet. Send the NVKD. There's no yep, so Stalin becomes extremely paranoid and we get an extra 5% political power. Yay, yippee! More political power. I guess I'll go up to partial. So in Black Eyes, economy laws work slightly differently. Going to civilian economy allows you to build civilian factories faster. Going to partial allows you to build military factories faster. The more you do militarize your economy, however, the more stability you do lose. So you got to pick it at the right time, because stability is everything in this mod. The third 5-year plan. Military production, civilian improvements, or resource machine. This one was a no-brainer. We had to focus on Barbarossa, so we needed military production. Yep, we failed the second 5-year plan. Yep. Stalin blames the wreckers. With the failure of the second 5-year plan, someone must be blamed. So yes, a lot more people are going to get purged by Stalin, and things are going to worsen. Oh, and the Trans-Siberian Railway is being constructed. Work continues on the railway with another segment being completed. Cool. There's 2 civs and 2 hydroelectrics. Could be very good for expanding industry. In fact, I think I'll support Mao. We'll support Mao instead. Mao and Communist China. Because this is going to help our Officer Purge debuff. End of the Purge with scars on deep. With most of the original accusers now imprisoned, Stalin's Great Purge has now finally come to an end. Now we must rebuild the Union. Great. We do the Zenit VSS because I want to go down to collectivize science, and then the Soviet Science Academy expands for more research slots. The Iran problem. With the current situation in Germany, we cannot allow any wrinkles in the Middle East, of course. Especially Iran for their oil. So I kid you not, this event basically came up every single year up until 1942, when Iran would actually declare war on me. So yeah, this event also just popped up even when I was at war with Iran too, which was kind of fun. Holy shit. 8 mills, 10 civs, and a budget infrastructure for 40 days. The Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. Can I trust the Germans, I wonder? So, we rather reluctantly signed the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact with Germany, just for peace for now. Peace on the continent. Or, so that's what Stalin believed anyway. I still don't understand how tank designs work. Where's that incompetent industry? That incompetent naval industry. Where's just their incompetent industry in general? Incompetent industry. Yeah, it's not as bad now. Nowhere near as bad. We may have also got involved with the Polish War too, but the history books doesn't really like to write about that kind of stuff, I guess. I guess we're going to war with Finland soon, so we should probably move some of our divisions over. Now, there won't be any supply actually here, so what we're going to do is we're going to go, like, I don't know, back here or something. I guess I'll declare war since this is kind of open at the moment. So our main goal with Finland is simply just to bash our heads against the Finnish and grind army experience, because our army is still incompetent. We still have the purges. We need 50 army XP to actually fix the purges, and we get to press the button every 50 days. The only problem is, after pressing the button, the purge only goes down by 1% for most stats. which absolutely sucks given the Purge is like minus 70% all or something ridiculous. So that means I have to press the button for a total of about 70 times, which, doing the math, is a hell of a lot of army experience. Learn from the army's mistake. It costs 50 army XP to get that. Okay, I guess I'll have to just do that when it's available. I mean, we'll eventually break them. The problem is, there's just so much to... They have so much organization. Wow, we're actually going to push a tile. Oh my goodness, this is revolutionary. We're going to get there in a day. We have so many divisions. Long if they can't reinforce, we're good. We're going to get an encirclement on the Mannerheim line. I mean, I kind of need them. I mean, they can have them anyway. My fighters are kind of useless. I'm making better fighters anyway. I'm making the Yakovlevs, which can probably actually do something against the Germans if I get enough of them out. So, after many casualties and many men lost and much equipment, Finland eventually offered peace. Now, this peace would consist of giving Karlaja to the Soviet Union, which we agreed to. And yeah, that's literally it. We're now at peace. And I've got a ton of army experience to show for it as well. And we've learned from some of our army mistakes. However, there is a lot of mistakes our army still needs to learn. The Germans? No, I don't expect the Germans to come from the west. Foolish. No, the Germans would never invade. Surely, that'd be the biggest mistake they could ever make. Okay, I'm expecting the Germans to invade this month because they never invade at a correct date in this mod. Like, they always invade early for some reason. So I'm expecting them to invade next month, so we do not have a lot of time now. They're already here. It's only May. What are you on about? It's only May and they're here. They just attacked me. Yep, so the Germans unexpectedly attacked us in May. Now, we weren't really prepared for this attack. And we didn't really have much fortifications, and we still got to industrialize a lot more and fix all our army problems. So in the initial stages of the war, we got absolutely decimated and rolled over. It was looking bad. By near the end of 41, the Germans were already in Rostov, and they were approaching Moscow, and Leningrad was encircled. So I decided to go back to one of my older save files and try to get more of this army reform before the Germans do invade, so we stand a bit more of a chance. I gotta press this button so many times, learn from the army's mistake. It takes ages to fix. Train my army now to make sure they actually get, you know, to maybe higher XP before we see combat. Another mistake I also made last time was producing a lot of fighters and a lot of planes. We don't need that. We can barely field the equipment we currently have in our infantry divisions, so I just dedicated everything to the infantry spam. Yeah, I had like 340 divisions before the war even started. Like, by the way, for our infantry, it's quite decent, I think. It'll be able to hold out a bit. We also got some light anti-tank in there as well. I'll get some basic bonds as well before the war starts. Then we can go up to print money later as well, once we get enough political power. Start printing money. Alright, we're gonna have to create a new theater because, well, the other one's just full. I have that many divisions. It's honestly ridiculous. Alright, we've got concentrated industry. It's so over. We're making so much equipment now. It's ridiculous. Learn from the army's mistakes. It's back again. My goodness. Keeps coming back. We've got so many mistakes to learn from. I mean, at least the Purge is kind of better now. I tried this first and I got steamrolled, but now, might actually stand the chance in holding our major city, Leningrad. We didn't manage to hold Moscow, and we managed to hold Stalingrad, but I wanted to hold Leningrad this time for historicity. But if that doesn't happen, then I've just got to either play for as usual. Okay, we got the Goryunov. I might just go down some mortars now, or we could go for infantry gun. I'll go for infantry gun, I think. Yeah, I'm going to deny the transfers to the Chinese. They look kind of strong. They've literally pushed into Manchukuo. They're not getting my planes. I need them. Yeah, Odessa's not going to get evacuated, which is a shame, because it's quite... Actually, there's just 2 civs and a mill there. It's not that important, to be honest, to hold. But Novgorod, this place we're also going to evacuate, east of Ukraine. Dnipropetrovsk is probably a good idea to also evacuate some industry, because there's quite a bit here as well. Get defense in Moscow for an extra 1% defense. The center's empty, but I don't want to go into there, because I feel like it's a trap. Maybe we can take Kovel. It might be a supply hub. It's not a supply hub. These guys missing. They're just missing horse transports. That's literally it. And these guys further down are missing other equipment as well. I guess I'll merge like half of them. But yeah, it's absurd how absurd how much horse transport we need for this to actually work. We must have 300 divisions. We just have spam. Like, it's just spam. It's just recon spam. Recon headquarters spam. There's nothing good here at all. Like, I have no tanks. It's just holding. You can't build tanks as this nation. Like, legitimately. Anything you put towards tanks is just a wasted factory. Because you won't be able to spam enough inf to hold the front line. We're going to use these guys just to hold Murmansk. It's just going to be like behind the river line there. Maybe close. I don't know if we can evacuate the industry. We're holding against the Romanians though, for the most part. This tel's pretty weak because there's German panzer divisions here. Well, German infantry here actually. But it is a river line. I wish my guys would just stop attacking once they take a tile. Just stop attacking, bro. Just let them advance. Don't waste equipment. I need it for defending. We got improved headquarters. That's amazing. Okay. Improved core headquarters. More organization. I don't know how much org we have now. I think we have like 13. Yep, 13. It's not good. Up Belfast Bliss. Okay, the attack Northern Ireland, Belfast in 3 raids. Wait, is this actually gonna go? No, I don't think it is. We're so close to holding Odessa though. We just have to hold it for like another 3 days or something. Oh, we didn't do it. Oh well. We'll just get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. We need grain. I have to get it from the US, I guess. We need convoys as well to actually get the grain. I forgot to build convoys. Great. We're just gonna starve. Once I take Ukraine, it's just over. Now we just gotta get military reorganization because we have enough maximum army XP. Oh no, they've taken Chernobyl. No, they've taken Chernobyl. The reason why I want to do military reorganization is because you can do Red Army Rebuild, and Red Army Rebuild, it offsets lots of debuffs you get from the Great Purge. So we can lose quite a lot of the debuff, which is going to help us hold a lot more. The problem is it's going to take like 100 days to actually complete both of the focuses though. May as well get militarized organization now. We can do it. We can do it. We need to fix our purge as soon as possible. We need to get to Red Army Rebuild. Yeah, I mean they're like surrounding here. Like they coordinate their actual units, which is crazy. So the main targets for the German offensives was the north and the south. The north held fairly well until much later in the war. And the south, for the most part, it was collapsing, though slowly this time, not rapidly. We did it. We survived the German summer offensive, and now we could buckle down for winter. We did have to prepare for the 1942 German offensive still, since they had a lot of firepower left. But we were ready this time. We could entrench ourselves, we could pop out more units, we could pop out more equipment. But then the German offensive started in summer, in June. And this was effectively was full blouse. The Germans tried to push to Vostok, but we ended up sending a lot of divisions to the south, so the Germans couldn't advance any further into the Caucasus. The north got cut near Leningrad, but we were fine for the most part. Leningrad stood, Moscow stood, Stalingrad stood, and we're waiting for the Allies to make their own moves in Europe. Now, the weird thing about the German AI is, for some reason, it doesn't prioritize the Western Front. On the Western Front, there is literally like 1 or 2 divisions. On the east, there's like 6 to 10 per tile. So the Allies basically got free reign in Europe and managed to push out into West Germany. I don't know, this stupid thing happened, resulting in the Germans capitulating very, very early. I know it's not the Black Eyes developers' fault, it's Paradox's AI, but it's kind of funny and at the same time a bit annoying. But what can you do except start a new campaign, which I'm not going to do since obviously getting this far already took me many hours. I mean, eventually we could always return. But yeah, we managed to hold, so I count this as a victory in this campaign. Also, something interesting I noticed was the Yola Conference event came up, but the Yola Conference itself never happened. We just got through into a default peace conference. So yeah, that was just weird as well. And as soon as the war with Germany stops, you're instantly thrown into a war with Japan. And I don't want to play against Japan because Japan has a navy and the US has already proved its incompetence in Black Ice. So yeah, that is a no-go. I'm going to just end the video here, guys. I hope you've somewhat enjoyed the video, and yeah, this is a reminder not to play the Soviet Union Black Ice. China is much more fun. If you want to play anyone, play China, or you can play the Allies. Don't play the Soviet Union, because, well, the German AI isn't the best. Or maybe this was just a one-off game. Let me know down in the comments what you think. And if you've enjoyed the video, feel free to like and subscribe. Leave any suggestions down in the comments. This could be anything from Hoi Formos to check out. Could be specifically Black Ice. I don't mind. Just leave it down and I'll read it. Thank you for watching again, and I'll see you in the next one.